Thank you. My name is Erica Scott. I wonder what your policy on immigration will be. Like many people in this area, I am from a mixed status family where some of my family members are undocumented and also will be affected by the impending TPS cancellation. That I know specifically my family are Salvadoran, but also I know Haitians are going to be facing that as well. And I think that we really need to be leaders at the state level to push back against really toxic immigration policy at the federal level. I know that there are some limits, but I'm curious, what would you do? And also thank you for sharing your story, your own immigration story of your father being an immigrant, because I really think this is an issue that we need to protect Massachusetts families as much as we can.
So this is another huge difference between myself and Governor Baker. What Donald Trump is doing in this area, in my view, is inconsistent with our values. It's inconsistent with our country and what we're all about. And we've got a governor right now who's been complicit with him, ordering state police to detain immigrants, opposing Syrian refugees resettling in Massachusetts, not speaking up at all when President Trump keeps moving forward with his hateful immigration agenda on the TPS stuff, or the public charge proposal he's putting out to take benefits away from people who have green cards. It's hateful. Charlie Baker committed the Massachusetts National Guard resources to go to the Mexican border to help separate kids from their families. And it was only after we and others put a lot of pressure on him that he reversed his decision. So, the very first piece of legislation I supported as a candidate for governor was the Safe Communities Act, which would ensure that state and local law enforcement are focused on enforcing state and local laws, which is their job, and not doing the work of federal immigration officials, which is not their job. Particularly now, with the president ordering those officials to do things that are inconsistent with our values. I also believe, I just met with a whole group of immigrants who are here on TPS status. And because I wanted to hear from them some of the challenges that they're running into. And the biggest one that I heard about, aside from all the fear and uncertainty about whether or not they're going to be deported, which I know is now being stayed thanks to these lawsuits that are pending. But they can't get their driver's licenses renewed because of the way Governor Baker has implemented the Real ID law in our state. You either have to be a citizen or a permanent resident, a green card, in order to get a new driver's license. There are, I think, 12 other states that give driver's licenses to anyone. The Real ID one that meets all the federal requirements, if you qualify for that, you get that. If not, you get another one. And you're authorized driver. Many of the people I met with on TPS status who can't get their driver's licenses renewed are truck drivers. Who've been here literally for decades, who have families, who pay taxes, who play by the rules. And now their family is about to be broken apart, and Charlie Baker is taking their driver's license away from them. So I will change that. I will make sure anyone in this state who is here can get a driver's license. Because it's not only right for them, they're part of our community, and it's safer for us. What good does it do to have people driving illegally without car insurance? Doesn't do us any good. So I will change that. I also believe we should be giving undocumented immigrants in-state tuition to our public universities and community colleges. There's a lot of kids who are here for not because of any decision they made, and who grew up in our public schools and whose families are part of our community. They are a part of our Massachusetts community, and I will treat them that way.